Welcome, dear viewers, to Dan Tech Computer Solutions. Today I'm going to introduce you to database, actually known as Microsoft Access database. We are going to start by defining a database, and a database is an organized collection of data whereby it is the collection of the tables, queries, reports, views, and other objects. The data are typically organized to model aspects of reality in a way that supports processes requiring information such as modeling and the availability of rooms in hotels in a way that supports finding a hotel with vacancies. A database management system, DBMS, is a computer software application that interacts with the user, other applications, and the database itself to capture and analyze data. In general purpose, a database management system is designed to allow the definition, creation, querying, update, and administration of database, well known as DBMS, which includes MySQL, we have the Oracle, and the MS Access. For our case, we'll be majorly looking at the Microsoft Access. So I'll proceed to Microsoft Access and introduce you to Microsoft Access. So the MS Access, which is Microsoft Access, is a database management tool that enables one to have good command of data collected. The program enables one to retrieve, to sort, to summarize, and report results speedily and effectively. It can combine data from various files through creating relationships and can make data entry more efficient and accurate. Therefore, the Microsoft Access enables one to manage all important information from a single database file within the file. One can be able to use the following in the Microsoft Access. Number one, we have the tables. The tables in the Microsoft Access, they are used to store your data. So we have tables, you can create tables, and you use the tables to store your data. Then we have the queries, whereby they are used to find and retrieve specific data of interest. So the main work of the queries is to retrieve specific data or information from different tables. So you can be able to retrieve specific data when you use queries under the Microsoft Access. Again, we have the forms, which are used to view, also to add and to update data in the tables. So we can use the forms to view or else to add and update data in the tables. Again, we have the report, which is used to analyze or to print data in a specific layout. So the report is used to analyze or to print data in a specific layout. Then data access pages to view or to update the data. In Microsoft Access, data is stored once in one table, but can be viewed from multiple locations. When the data is updated in a table, query, or form, it is automatically updated everywhere it appears. Therefore, the Microsoft Access is a relational database management system for Windows, and using this package, we can be able to perform the following tasks. 1. The Microsoft Access enables us to organize data into manageable related units, whereby we can enter, modify, and locate data. It also helps in extracting subset of data based on specific criteria, whereby we create custom forms and reports. It also automates common database tasks, graph database relationships. It enables in adding clipart to forms and reports. It also creates macros for automating various functions, and as well create database applications consisting of modules linked through menus, dialog boxes, and command buttons. In Access, the term database refers to a single file that contains a collection of information. Each Access database consists of tables, queries, forms, report, macros, and modules. So we have various concepts or the database concept. One, we have the field name. And when we talk of a field name, they should be meaningful, whereby without spaces or punctuation, such as surname. For example, if we want to type the one surname, you just write his name. And maybe if it's first name, so remember you should not space the field names. You just write F name. Maybe if it's date of birth, you just write date of birth, which is DOB. Maybe first line of address, you just write address 1, town, personal code, phone, etc. So you cannot have two fields with the same name. Again, we have what is known as field types, or specifically known as data types. When we talk of data types, we have various types of data types. One, we have text. And when we talk of text as a data type in Microsoft Access database, a text can be used for text and all numbers that are not going to be used in calculations. For example, a phone number. So if those specific numbers that you want to input on that specific text or field, they will have maybe for numbers, we can only be able to use text. Otherwise, if you are using any other text, we just use the data type, which is text. Again, we have the data type named date and time, which is only used for dates and time only. Then we have numbers. For numbers, they are used for decimals and numbers that are going to be used in calculations. For example, sales figures. Then we have currency, which is used for money. Then we have a data type named as yes and no for true or false logical values. For example, a married field can be termed as logical. Therefore, we can use yes or no to determine if that specific field, if they are married, you can say yes, and if they are not married, we can use no. Again, we have the field length, or termed as the field size. This has to be fixed. The normal field size is usually 255 length, but you can alter that particular length to fit any length of your choice. So you need to plan your database structure beforehand, although you can alter the length later. Then we have required fields. This box is for when you want to force the user to enter data in the field. So again, in the Microsoft Access database, we shall have what we call primary key and relationships. For a primary key, these are used to sort the records to allow fast access. When we talk of a primary key, we talk of a unique identifier, a field with unique characters. So the fields in that specific field should have unique characters such that they don't resemble to each other. So they are unique values. Access encourages you to choose one field as the primary key field and then sort the records on this field. However, only one record with the same value is allowed in the primary key field. For example, if you choose surname for the primary key, you can only have one Smith, Jones, etc. Like you can't have similar values as a primary key. So for you to use a primary key, you have to use unique values or unique characters that do not resemble each other. So we do not use surname as the primary key field because most of the times we can have surname which is similar to each other, and hence we cannot use it as a primary key. So this is a sample of the Microsoft Access database program. So you can see that we have the home tab. This is the ribbon. We have the home, we have create, we have external data, database tools, and datasheet, and many others which we'll be doing when we will start with our exercise 1. So number 1 represents a ribbon. Number 1, which is this one, this whole thing here, which is termed as number 1, is the ribbon. And when we talk of the ribbon, it's an area across the top of the screen that makes almost All the capabilities of Excel are available in a single area, and the ribbon replaces the menus and toolbars in previous versions. The ribbon exposes most of the features that were hidden in the drop-down menus. The ribbon makes it easier to see and find commands to format your document. Number 2 is termed as Microsoft Office button. Microsoft Office button. This one here is what is termed as Microsoft Office button, and the Microsoft Office button is a button that provides access to menu commands in Excel. The Microsoft Office button replaces the file menu in previous versions, and here is where you will find commonly known features such as new, open, if you want to save, if you want to print, if you want to access the recent documents. Again, we have the tab, whereby it's an area on the ribbon that contains commands organized in groups. The default tabs are Home, Create, External Data, and Database Tools. For number 4, we have the Quick Access toolbar, which is customizable toolbar located right above the default tabs. By default, the Quick Access toolbar displays the Save, the Undo, and Repeat buttons and is used for easy access to frequently used commands. Then number 5, we have the Dialog Box Launcher, a button that launches a dialog box containing options for refining a command. Then we have the Title Bar, which is a horizontal bar at the top of an active document. This bar displays the name of the document and application at the right hand of the title bar. As in previous versions, is the Minimize, Restore, and Close buttons. Then we have the Groups categories, a group of buttons on a tab that are exposed and easily accessible. These buttons were formerly embedded in menus on the main bar in the previous versions. And database window, workspace for creating, editing, and formatting objects in your database. Then the navigation pane. From this pane, you can create tables, you can create forms, you can create reports and queries, whereby it is an easy access to an object within your database. Then the View toolbar, a toolbar that enables to adjust and display different views of a database. Then finally, we have the Status bar, a horizontal bar at the bottom of an active window that gives details about the active document. So I can minimize this, then I'll simply move to the Start button. Then I type Access, which is for Microsoft Access, and you can see that we have the program here, which is Microsoft Access. So you just open the Microsoft Access, you can right click, then or double click to open. So the program is opening. So once it opens, we have a blank database. So you can use blank database. Then this is the file name. You can write the name of the file that you want to use. Then you just click on create. But I'll just open one of those. This that I have under the recent. So under the recent, I have this. These are my works that I have done. I can just open either of this to open the Microsoft Access. So this is the Microsoft Access database. Here we have the file, we have the home, we have the create. Under create, we have tables, whereby we can create table. Here you create a new blank table, whereby you can define the fields directly in the new table or open the table in design view. Again, we have table design, whereby you can create a new blank table. In design view, you can add fields, set indexing options, and perform other advanced table designs and tasks. Again, we have the query wizard. A query wizard is used to show the query wizard, which helps you create a simple query, a cross-tab query, a find duplicates query, or a find unmatched query. Then we have the query design, which is used to create a new blank query in a design view, and the show table dialog box is displayed, from which you can choose tables or queries to add to the query design. Then we have the form. The form is used to create a form that lets you enter information for one record at a time. We have the form design. It's used to create a new blank form in design view. In design view, you can make advanced design changes to forms such as adding custom control types and writing code. Then we have a blank form. The blank form, you create a form with no controls or format. Then we have the form wizard here, whereby it's used to show the form wizard that helps you create simple customizable forms. We have navigation, create a form that allows people to browse to different forms and reports. Then we also have more forms. Under the more forms, we have multiple items, whereby the multiple items, we have the datasheet, we have the split form, we have the model dialog, the pivot chart, and the pivot table. Then we have the report. So under the reports, you'll allow me to close this. So under create, we have report, and the report create a basic report of the data in the current query or table, to which you can add features such as groups or totals. Then we have the report design, which is used to create a new blank report in design view. You can make advanced design changes to reports such as adding custom control types and writing code. So this is so mostly we'll be using the create, and we will be using the tables, the queries, the forms, and the reports. Under the database tool, we have relationship, and relationship define how the data in table is related, such as ID fields or name fields in different tables that should match. So under the relationships, we usually link similar fields from different tables, therefore making it possible to relate different tables together. So we will be using database Access, Microsoft Access. So in our next video, we will tackle the first exercise for the Microsoft Access, and we'll be able to do more exercises, whereby we'll be able to learn more and more about the Microsoft Access database. Thank you very much for watching this video. Welcome once again to our channel, Tech Computer Solutions. I wish to request you to subscribe, like, and comment our videos. You can also share with your friends. Welcome, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, and thank you, thank you.